December 1947 marked an important milestone in Britain's railway history. It was the launch of the country's first mainline diesel locomotive, 10,000. Built by the London, Midland and Scottish Railway under Chief Mechanical Engineer H.G. Ivatt, in association with English Electric and the Vulcan Foundry, the 1600 horsepower locomotive was capable of reaching just over 90 miles per hour. This was the start of Britain's transition from mainline steam to diesel and electric traction. Ivatt was eager that the prototype diesel should appear as an LMS locomotive, bearing the company's insignia in traffic rather than British Railways. The timing of the handover in December 1947, just prior to nationalisation in January 1948, was tight, and the second locomotive appeared just after British Railways had been formed. 10,000 was built in 6 months, a quite remarkable act of engineering and determination. Handover of the locomotive took place at Euston Station. The former Chief Mechanical Engineer of the LMS, Sir William Stanier, was also at the handing over ceremony to attend the unveiling of his nameplates on brand new Penultimate Pacific No. 6256. It was an interesting pairing of existing and future railway technology. After several weeks of proving trials, 10,000 entered service on the Midland route in February 1948. In July the same year, 10,001 also entered service, and the twins, as they became known, operated over a number of routes out of St Pancras or Euston. The pair achieved a record performance while working between Euston and Glasgow in 1949 by making a round trip in a day totalling 810 miles, including running to and from the sheds. The raised LMS letters on 10,000 were removed in March 1951, and the black and silver livery eventually gave way to BR Brunswick Green in September 1956, although only 10,001 wore a yellow high-visibility panel on its nose front. In March 1953 they were both transferred to the southern region of British Railways to allow direct comparison to be made with the 3-bullet designed southern prototype mainline diesels. The twins remained there until spring 1955 before they and the southern locomotives were sent to Derby where they were overhauled. The locos received the BR green livery and then ran side by side on London Midland region duties. As the modern traction policy came into effect, withdrawal was sadly around the corner. Despite the twins having been allocated TOPS Class 34 when TOPS was introduced, 10,000 had by then already been withdrawn in 1963 and was scrapped at Cashmore's at Great Bridge in January 1968, despite official attempts at preservation. And so, these groundbreaking and pioneering locomotives had gone forever, having escaped the embryonic days of preservation. All seemed lost until 2011, when a group of like-minded individuals hit upon the idea of recreating 10,000. This group became the Ivatt Diesel Re-creation Society, and today we're well on the way to filling a huge void in Britain's railway history, the first mainline diesel locomotive. The decision to build a new 10,000 followed a detailed feasibility study by members who looked at the viability of the project and compatibility with present-day legislation. We plan to recreate and operate 10,000 using a genuine English Electric 16 SVT Mark I power unit and the chassis of Class 58 loco 58022, along with parts from other English Electric locomotives as they become available. Remaining parts will be manufactured from new as required. The recreated 10,000 will have the exterior appearance, the sound and the original characteristics of the locomotive as far as reasonably practicable. The project is inevitably a lengthy and complex engineering undertaking, but with many new builds becoming a reality, we know it's entirely achievable. As a volunteer-led project, completion of 10,000 depends entirely on volunteer hours and donations. The Society has so far attracted over £60,000 in donations and owns the 16 SVT power unit and Class 58 locomotive outright. We're on our way, but it's estimated that we need £750,000 approximately to make the project a reality, about half the amount required for similar sized steam reconstructions. Although the original was scrapped in 1968, long before the preservation movement had taken notice of historically important diesel locomotives, recreating 10,000 will fill a massive void in Britain's railway history. If you would like to get involved by becoming a member of the project, we would love to hear from you. The Society is a not-for-profit charity made up of volunteers with a shared interest in the recreation and operation of this historic locomotive. To find out more about the locomotive, the project and the benefits of becoming involved, please visit our website lms10000.co.uk. We can also be found on social media, on Facebook and Twitter. Help us fill the gap in our railway history.